Hello guys, what's up? This is Mortaza. Welcome back to a Coder Journey. This is the next episode of our HTML tutorial. I hope you've already watched the previous videos. If that's not the case, please do, especially the last one where we talked about the image tag, right? And how to turn an image into an anchor tag. We saw that we can embed an image tag inside an anchor tag, and that will help us to have an image which is clickable, which acts as an anchor tag, as a hyperlink, right? In this video, I'm gonna talk about maps or image maps, right? Which is a concept related to what we talked about in the previous video, and which is why I told you that it is better to watch the previous video first. Anyway, image maps helps us to turn certain regions in an image into clickable links. So basically right now I have a simple image, right? And this is the image that I have, right? So suppose I want to, for example, have a rectangular area here, right? Which is clickable and which will navigate to a certain address when clicked. Not the whole image, but just this, simple rectangular area. So in order to do that, what I can do is to first declare the map, right? And the map needs a name. So I'm going to say logo map, right? And inside the map, I can declare some areas. And these areas, like the image tag, do not have a closing tag, but there are different attributes that you can set. First and foremost, you can set the shape. There are different values for shape. For example, you have rectangular shape, right? You have circle, you have default, and also poly. I do not intend to go over each one of them in this video. Probably, maybe in another video, which I will add to that playlist that I have started recently, the miscellaneous concepts in HTML. Anyway, first, let's take it very simple. I'm gonna go with rect. So rect basically means rectangle, right? So the area which I want to have inside the image, which is gonna be a clickable area, is gonna have the shape of a rectangle, right? Then of course I can add chords or coordinates. So the my rectangular is gonna have different starting points and ending points. We're gonna talk about that. And then of course I can have the alt tag. For example, I can say let's say click here to go to google.com, right? And then finally I can have the href. So href is basically the address you want to navigate to, right? And you can have as many areas as you want. So for the coordinates, for example, for a rectangular area, you're going to set four different values. The first pair of values is going to be a point, right, from the left margin and the top margin. So if I, for example, set, I don't know, like 10 and 10, right? 10 from the left margin, 10 from the top margin. This is going to be the first point. And then, for example, I'm going to say, I don't know, 30, right? And then 30. This is going to be the ending, coordinate. And then the rectangular will be created. And then you can click that and get navigated to the address in the href. So, for example, here I can say 10 and let's say 20. And then, for example, let's say 50 and 30, right? I'm gonna save, and then I'm gonna come here and refresh, and as you can see, nothing happens. So I do not have my clickable region, and the reason behind that, let me press Alt and Z from my keyboard. When in VS Code you press Alt and Z, your text gets wrapped, right? So basically you do not need to use the scroll bar to see the whole lines. You press Alt and Z from your keyboard and the text gets wrapped. Anyway, in order to connect the map with the image, I need to use another attribute on the image, which is use map, right? Use map, and then I'm gonna add my hash sign or pound sign, and then the name of the map, which is logo map. I'm gonna save, I'm gonna come here and refresh, and you can see that, the cursor turns into a hand, and at the bottom, you can see the address, which will be, the target, which I will navigate to if I click this link, right? So not the whole image, but a simple rectangular area in this image is turned into a clickable link. And of course, you can have as many areas as you want. You can have different coordinates for your rectangular areas, and then you can, point them to different addresses. One last thing which I would like to tell you about is that instead of, turning this area into a clickable link, which will navigate, the user to a certain address, you can add a JavaScript code which will be executed when the user clicks this area. So in order to do that, simply in the, for example, this part, let me create a script tag, right? And then I'm gonna declare my JavaScript function. Guys, you can also go and watch my JavaScript and TypeScript playlist on a coder journey. And I can say alert, right? And then I can say the function got executed, right? And then in the area, right, instead of using the href, you can use the onClick attribute. So with onClick, you can say that my function needs to get executed. So this will help you to run a piece of JavaScript, right? A piece of a function when an area is clicked. So if I save this, if I come to my browser and if I refresh, and basically I think I need to have the href here as well. Let me put in the href. Let me save, come here and refresh. And if I click here, you see that the image, the alert pops up, the function got executed. And if I OK, I will be navigated to Google. So in order to be able to use this function, I need to set the href as well. That was it. I'm going to wrap up this video here. I hope you've enjoyed watching it. As always, if that's the case, please give this video a like. Also subscribe to my channel so that you do not miss out any of my upcoming videos. Till later, bye-bye.